the play Death and the King's Horseman is set in Africa. It's it involves the Yoruba culture and colonialism during World War II, and in the area, the Nigerian area of Africa, and there's a custom in the Yoruba culture where when a king dies, his right hand man or his horseman has to die too, and this is a celebrated event when the horseman goes, but the horseman has to go in a certain way, a way of dignity and pride, and it has to go at the right time. And when the English colonialists get wind of this is going to happen, they said, no, we can't allow suicide in our colony, so we're going to stop that. And they do. They stop it, and prevents a whole series of events or cultural events that I don't want to give too much away in the play, that just doesn't, that shows that a misunderstanding of another's culture. It could have, maybe everyone meant well. I mean, it wasn't like, we're doing something out of evil doing, or we're going to do this to fix them or make sure they know who's boss. It wasn't anything like that. They just didn't know the custom. Anyway, that's sort of what the play is about. I don't want to give too much away, because it does set off a series of tragic events by stopping this from happening. But it's a very poetic piece. Soyinka has some really wonderful, very poetic monologues spoken by the horseman and the praise singer and the women of the village, and it's quite different from anything that anyone has seen. The play just it's not done all the time. I've seen one production of it since the Goodman show, and this is back in either 76 or 77 when it was done at the Goodman. So I'm looking forward to it, and hopefully will excite the audience here at the festival. It's a very wordy play, and it's director's job to make sure that the words are absorbed by the audience, and it is going to be done in the dialect of the Yoruba, because that's where the language sort of sets, and it's my job to make sure that it doesn't just float by the audience, so that it does land, and I've had a lot of experience in doing shows out. I'm an African American director who does a lot of African American stuff for everybody, not just for African Americans. And in Chicago, a lot of my plays are seen by predominantly white audiences, and I understand that the dialect is different. So at the very beginning, we have to sort of ease up on it. You have to slow it down so that things start to land. And then as the play progresses, you can go ahead and speed up the dialect or speed up the dialogue a little bit, so that it's spoken in a more normal conversation. But at first, you got to just ease into it. It's something that you have to be very conscious of. You can't just throw it in there and say, you guys catch up when you can, because you miss a lot at the beginning. And in most plays, the whole setup is in the beginning. If you miss that, you're not going to really appreciate the play as much as you'd like to.